So today we're finally doing that Fairweather Manor outfit check, so you guys can finally see what I wore. And you're gonna be like, Raquel, it's been like 3 months. Yes, but that's because this video is very difficult to film because I actually need an assistant to put on all the clothes. Because at Fairweather Manor, I actually had a servant. That was my servant Siboyan, and without her, I literally cannot put on these clothes. So my lovely sister, who is off camera, say hi. Hi. My lovely sister is going to help me put on clothes today. So right now I'm wearing my underwear, and this is actually the underwear I wore at game. So these are my open crotch bloomers, and then this is my chemise. So over this goes the corset, and then all the other layers. So you guys will get to see that in action.
Wonderful, I say wonderful thing. Such wonderful thing, wonderful. I say such wonderful, I say wonderful thing.
You must say it properly. I won't answer unless you kneel down and everything.
Lady Mary Crawley, will you do me the honor of becoming my wife?
so we're done. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, that took forever to do. That took like over an hour and a half to kind of like get in and get out of costumes. The reason once we got into the evening dresses and whatnot, you could only see me put them on from like once they were over my head, is because basically the way I needed to dress to get those on, I had to take off the corset cover and I had to put the chemise in a way that showed my boobs. So can't have that, so sorry. But yeah, so this took a while. I'm kind of tired and out of breath. It was really funny because my sister, while dressing me, asked me, like, weren't you really hot? And I was like, no, because thankfully it was November, otherwise I would have been steaming hot. So now we're gonna get on to the second portion of this LARP up, and I'm gonna show you how I did my makeup. Yay! Hey guys, so we're gonna do the makeup for Helena Fitzgerald. If I'm honest, it's not crazy exciting because it wasn't crazy complicated. I honestly didn't wear too much makeup for Helena. But yeah, so let's get started. This is the first thing. It doesn't matter what character you're doing or if you're doing your daily makeup, I always moisturize. So depending on the day, like this is my day and night cream that I put on every morning and every night before I go to bed. It's really great skincare. This is from Neutrogena, the Hydro Boost. It has hyaluronic acid in it, so it heals your skin. And like my biggest problem has been getting rid of acne scars, and it's been doing a great job of doing that. But I normally use the Clinique Dramatically Different Moisturizing Gel. I used to have really oily skin, but as I've gotten older, it's just turned into like normal combination. Because back then, women didn't really wear makeup. They wore like a little bit of rouge to like zhuzh it up, and like that's basically it. I just put some concealer under my eyes. And I use really little because I don't want any creasing. Basically, this is just a no makeup look, if I'm quite honest. So this is the makeup I did for the daytime for Fairweather Manor, and honestly, the nighttime I just added on to what I already had. And then I just put on a face powder. And this is a mineral powder. And I find that mineral powders, especially if you put them over a liquid, they can just make the skin look really nice and polished. Because, like, we don't want to erase our imperfections. We want them to be there, but we want to enhance what we have naturally. I did use a little bit of contour, so I got this really great Wet n Wild contouring palette duo. I do believe that this is in the medium, because they do have a lighter one, because this was pretty dark. So you really just need the smallest dab, because this is a really pigmented powder. So you just, with my contouring brush from e.l.f., that's it, that's really all you need. Because Helena was older than me, so I wanted to make sure that I at least had a little bit more chiseled cheekbones to kind of make myself look a little bit stronger, a little bit older. Just a little bit. Alright, that's like really all we need. And I haven't blended it yet, don't worry. It looks so much stronger on camera, oh my god. So that's basically all I did for contouring, and then you just blend that out. And I usually go in with my same face powder over it because I just feel that it really just evens it out. For a really natural look, cream blushes they're the best. Cream blushes will look really nice, so I used a combination of the cream e.l.f. blush palette, and I also used the Bare Naturals, and I think this is Blushing Rose. So I used both of these, and you just ever so slightly just put on a little bit. You really don't want too much. It's just supposed to look like you have a really natural flush to the skin. Because of my skin tone, like all these pinks, all these pinks show drastically different on me. So right now I'm using this one right here from the palette, and it just gives a little bit of peachy toneness to the skin. And I'm putting it right here on my cheeks, a little bit like past the apple, because we want the whole face to have a little bit of flush color, like I've been outside. Now, if you want to get a little bit more funky with two-dimensional color, I go in with this like mauvey pink. You put that towards the outside of your face, and it brings in the lighter color. It makes it a nice gradient of color on your face. It's just so slight. Again, we're not making this to be like, bam, it's so obvious I have blush on. We want this to look like a natural made. Because back then, that's what they wanted. They wanted everything to look really natural. They didn't want it to be obvious that they were wearing makeup. Because makeup still, around like 1917, 1914, like it still wasn't really in fashion. Like using blush had become a little bit more acceptable, but like lipstick was pretty scandalous and stuff. Alright, so we have our blush. So again, it's like really slight. Looks really natural. That's what we want. Natural finish. I then used a loose powder over that blush just to make sure it doesn't look gray. Now this is a RCMA Invisible Color Powder. This is really good just to kind of make sure that any creams that you use stay put and stuff like that. It's not always necessary. You don't always have to powder cream blushes, at least. Sometimes they mostly dry down. Okay, and next was the eyebrows. So I usually pencil in my eyebrows with black. I actually did a brown, a chocolate brown, and that's because all the wigs that I wore as Helena were brown. And when you have brown hair and you do your brows black, it looks really weird. And vice versa, if you have black hair and you do your brows brown, freaking, it does not look cute. I learned that the hard way, because I used to not pay attention to that kind of thing until I saw a picture where my brown brows were against my stark black hair, and I was like, oh, never again. Never again. The next was eyes, so I also used a brown liner. I used a very thin brown line. Again, we're not trying to make it look like we have a lot of makeup on. See, it's really subtle. It looks like I don't really... It just accentuates the eye a little bit. That's it for my eyes. So just, again, just a little touch. I then use a brown-black mascara. Not a black, a brown-black. I mean, for me, it doesn't particularly matter. I can use black or brown-black, and it's not going to really make a difference because my lashes are actually naturally black. So it's not going to look like I have anything on. But for those of you with light lashes, I would recommend doing a brown color. And we're almost done. Then the next part is highlight. So I basically used a really, really natural highlight. So I'll show you the three that I kind of use. So they have this one, which is Island Glow. This one's really close to my natural skin, so it just makes my skin pop a little bit. And then I also used Blush Gems as well, because these both look really nice and natural on my skin. This one I really prefer though, the Island Glow. It's so pretty. And it's like a barely there highlighter on me, but it looks really nice. Another trick I would sometimes do is that, like, you can take a little bit of a more intense highlighter and you can focus that on places that you just want a little bit more. So it's like right here for me. See? And right here. And then sometimes what I do, just to like kind of blend that out a little bit around the edges of where I put it, I stipple it with a dry beauty blender that has a little bit of concealer foundation on it, and like there you go. So like that looks really nice, really natural. And then next was lip. So my two weapons in my, well, my three weapons in my lip arsenal were clear gloss, lip tint, and then this. I love this. This is really easy. It's a $1 Luscious Liquid Lipstick. This color, actually, it is Ruby Slipper. And now for the wig. So this was my look for Helena Fitzgerald during the daytime. So it was natural and cute. My sideburns were trimmed. But yes. So hello, I'm Lady Helena Fitzgerald. Ah, yes. So for my nighttime look, basically I just built off of this and I made it a little bit more noticeable, a little bit more loud. So for the night, I literally only use, I don't really use too much eyeshadow. I'm trying to kind of get better at that. So I have these two little quads, or not quads, they're like 3 little eyeshadows, whatever. So I have the matte and then I have like shiny ones. So all I really did was take my finger on the medium brown color and wipe that all over my lid with my finger. Like, I didn't even bother with brushes or anything. And now we're going to take the darker shade and just pat that on the outer edges of the eye. So, really subtle. Again, everything is super subtle, that's our theme. So then using the medium shade of this like sparkly palette, we just put that in the center of the lid. Have like a slightly darker brown liner. This is liquid, this is from Wet n Wild. And then we're just gonna do a very thin line over the light line that we did. Literally like just directly on top of it. And then I did, for like a little bit of a finishing touch, take a dark brown liner and just go in the outer corner of my eye. And then for the face, all I did was kind of put on more blush. That's really it. I just put on a little bit of a darker shade of blush, because the lights all around the castle are dimmed. So I'm taking this mauve-y color, it's a little bit more pink, and we're just gonna build more of that up. And we're actually gonna take a little bit of this hot pinky shade. Again, we don't want it to look like a dolly paint though. We don't want it to look that strong. That's it. That's the nighttime look. So just a little bit more of a smoky kind of look to the eye, and a little bit darker liner, and a little bit more blush. It's just, you're just literally building on top of it. And this is with one of my favorite wigs at night. Now, the only other thing that I really changed, and I'm gonna show you with the different wig, was the night of the wedding. So I wore a little bit different makeup the night of the wedding. I darkened up the eyeshadow a little bit more, and I actually put on red lipstick because I had gotten it from an actress in game. So I'm gonna put that on for you guys, and oh, hello! So this was what I did for the ball, and yeah. So this is basically it. That was all my makeup looks for Fairweather Manor. Relatively simple, pretty quick, and pretty easy. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I'm gonna be posting hopefully soon the follow-up to this, which is going to be me actually telling you what happened at Fairweather Manor. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I hope you enjoyed learning about what I did for Fairweather. All right, bye.